Shea Pepler here with the Sporting News exclusive 2012 college football preview. And in this edition, we're taking a look at the Pac-12. Here are some storylines heading into the season. Oregon won the inaugural Pac-12 title game and will enter as reigning conference champs. 4 new head coaches on the sidelines this season, including Rich Rodriguez at Arizona, Todd Graham at Arizona State, Jim Mora at UCLA, and Mike Leach returns at Washington State. And for the first time since 2004, the Pac-12 looks to claim a BCS championship when USC won it all, although they would later vacate the title. Now we bring in college football writers Steve Greenberg and Matt Hayes. And gentlemen, looking at the Pac-12, what are your most intriguing storylines?
You want to do it together? I mean,
we almost
USC.
got in rhythm.
It's
really.
It's USC. I mean, their talent. It's amazing how they've kept that talent level high despite the NCAA probation. You got the best player in the country, Matt Barkley. You got the 2 best receivers, I think, in the country, and Robert Woods and Marquise Lee. And Marquise Lee is a guy that I think really came on so fast last year. To me, he's the most dangerous guy in the country. He reminds me a lot of Peter Warrick. Just a guy that anytime he touches the ball, it's just ridiculous what he can do. And talking about receivers, there may be the top 4 receivers in the country in the Pac-12 with Marcus Wilson at Washington State, Keenan Allen at Cal, and the 2 USC kids. Just a lot of fun football, I think, in the Pac-12.
Right. Folks on the East Coast are going to have to stay up late this year because of the receivers, because of the styles of play that these new coaches will bring. I mean, Pac-12 is just going to be fun. And by the way, we haven't talked about Oregon. It's funny to assume USC is going to win it because obviously the Ducks have been just as successful, more so, over the past few years in the Chip Kelly era. They've got merely the most important position battle in the country yet to be resolved. You've got Brian Bennett. You've got Marcus Mariota. One of them will be the starting quarterback. Mariota's a redshirt freshman and an incredible athlete, right? I mean, if he's as good as they say, and if he's on the field, why can't the Ducks beat USC?
If he's as good as they say, people better start choking down no-nos and stay up late to watch the Pac-12.
And guys, you mentioned a couple guys already on the field, but who in your mind are some key players in the Pac-12 this season?
I think that you just have to look where these new coaches are. Follow the new coaches, Shea. I want to see how Matt Scott does at Arizona. He's by the way, a 5th-year senior. Imagine having 1 shot to start. 1 shot. And all you've got to do is ring in Rich Rod's offense. What happened the last time? He debuted somewhere. And even when he debuted at West Virginia, Rodriguez, I mean, it wasn't very pretty at all. So here's Scott. He's got to try to somehow keep Arizona competitive. And I think watching him will be fascinating. And Marcus Wilson, yes, at Wazoo, he's awesome. But Jeff Toole, the quarterback, was very successful even before Mike Leach arrived. So we shouldn't overlook Toole as maybe the 2nd best quarterback in the conference. Everybody's talking Keith Price at Washington. Another team we should say, we're looking at them being pretty darn good this year. But Toole, I mean, he is absolutely terrific. I would say he's as good as any of those Texas Tech quarterbacks Leach had.
I actually think that it's going to be really fun to watch Toole and watch him develop in that offense and watch how Mike Leach uses his talents. He's got a very strong arm. I think Marcus Wilson could have a Crabtree-type season at Washington State. I'm very interested to see Brett Hundley at UCLA, Ricky Hundley's son. It's a guy that Rick Neuheisel recruited, that Rick Neuheisel thought he could build a program around. Didn't think he was ready last year, so redshirted him. And now UCLA's in a situation right now where Brett Hundley could be a guy that could get them to the next level. They recruited very well last year. They got a lot of young players, and I just think UCLA just needs some confidence. They really have had 0 confidence the last 4 years, and if they just get something positive to happen early, I think you could see them play a lot better than people think they're going to play this year.
The one program, and I'll be brief, and this won't do this program service, but the one program nobody talks about that's really, really good is Utah. Defensively, maybe the best in the league.
We'll be very good this year, too. Right.
Kyle Whittingham's a great coach.
Right.
And that program is going back up in a big, big way. If any program is the next to overtake USC in the South Division, it's the Utes.
And we always talk about the quarterback, and it's so true. I don't care what level, Pop Warner, junior high, high school, college, pro, it's about the quarterback. And if Jordan Wynn can revert to his form that he had as a sophomore, I think they got a chance. John White gives them a terrific running game. You're right. They're a program I think that everybody's overlooking a little bit, especially in the South, because of USC's dominance, but they can trip up a couple people here and there.
USC has to go to Utah this season.
They do.
All right, thanks guys. That'll do it for this Sporting News exclusive college football preview on the Pac-12. For Steve Greenberg and Matt Hayes, I'm Shea Pepler.